Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Wednesday. Here we are for another reading lesson. Today we're going to start with some new vocabulary words and a story about trucks. I bet some of you like to play with trucks. When I was younger, I played with dolls and trucks, and I got lots of trucks for Christmas and my birthday every year. I would get like a new one every year. So I kind of like this story. Let's get started. First, we're going to talk about the new words. The first word is hall. Now, when we think of hall, we think of like being in the classroom and being in the school, and we walk in the halls. But this hall is like carrying something, and usually it's carrying something heavy. So that's what haul means. Attach means you're going to fasten something down so it's not going to move. You attach something. Even we do that with extension cords. We might attach one to another. But in our story, it's going to attach huge things. Speaking of huge, this word is massive. Massive means huge, gigantic, really, really, really big. Can your brain go and think of something really, really, really big, really massive? We're going to hear that today. And then two words that we had, I think it was yesterday. One is wheels, and we know that there are wheels on most of our vehicles that take us where we need to go. And we have talked about adventures, and I think we could agree that we all like adventures. So, you ready to hear about some trucks? Here we go. I love that I can just hold the card and read the story on the back, and you can see the picture the whole time. That's kind of cool. Big, big trucks. Trucks come in all shapes and sizes. Some are small, some are medium, and some are big, and some are very big. This is an off-road dump truck. It is so big it can't travel on regular roads. When it is needed at a workplace, it must first be taken apart. Then the parts get carried to the work site on another truck. An off-road dump truck is used in places where roads and houses are built. It can carry very heavy loads of dirt and rock. When the back of the dump truck lifts up, everything slides out. Its huge wheels are sometimes higher than the ceiling in a room. So they might be taller than where I am in the classroom. That's huge. The truck driver has to climb up a ladder to get into the driver's seat. Look out when this vehicle dumps its load. Kaboom! A logging truck. A logging truck is used in forests to carry logs. Logs are cut from tree trunks. Then a large crane loads the heavy logs. The crane looks like two giant metal claws right up here, lifting the logs onto the truck. Some logging trucks even have their own cranes built right into the truck. This big, big truck is a flatbed truck. There are no sides on a flatbed truck. Strong chains and metal rods keep the logs from falling off the truck onto the road. A logging truck hauls, there's our word hauls, carries logs from deep in the forest to places where they are cut into smaller pieces. It can be quite an adventure for the driver when she goes up and down mountain roads hauling such a gigantic load. The chains rattle and the driver goes around as the driver goes around curves. Clink, jingle. When you are driving like in a mountainous area like this and they're trying to go up hills, they have to turn their what we call the four-way blinkers on, and because they have to go super super slow because it's so heavy. This one you've probably seen a little bit more around our area, and this is a car hauler. A car carrier hauls new cars. It takes the cars from the factory where they are made to places where the cars will be sold. This big truck has many wheels to move its tremendous loads of cars. How many cars do you see on the truck? And it's kind of hard to see, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's one way back here. So I'm going to hold that closer as I read. The drivers of the car carriers must have special training. They need to know the correct way to load the cars. Loading so many cars on a carrier can be tricky. Each car has a separate deck that raises and tilts. So it goes up or down, or see how they're kind of on an angle? Okay, that's how they fit in more cars. Does it look like the cars might slide off? Sometimes if you're behind it, it kind of seems like that. No need to worry. The cars are carefully attached, there's another one of our words, to this big truck. Then it travels safely down the highway. Rumble, rumble. Okay, one more. And we see this in Michigan, and we're going to see it a lot more pretty soon. Snowplow. It's hard to travel during a winter snowstorm. How will cars and trucks move on the roads? A snowplow comes to the rescue. When roads are covered with snow, they can be dangerous. So a snowplow goes out to work. This big truck clears the roads so that other vehicles can get through. It's massive. Remember we said gigantic, huge blades push heavy snow off the road. And to make the roads less slippery, the snowplow spreads salt or sand. So in the front, they're pushing the snow, and then in the back, they often are dropping salt or sand. So it melts the ice so that our cars aren't slipping all over the place when we're trying to drive, because that would be dangerous. During some snowstorms, you might see a whole row of snowplows working together, especially on the highways. They do this, and you might see 2 or 3 of them that are almost side by side. They're trying to do the whole road at the same time. Or you might see a snowblower. Somebody might be using a snowblower in their yard or on their driveway. A snowblower has a spinning drum that picks up snow and blows it out to the side of the road in a big spray. So hopefully not into the road, but into the yard, and it's going up the chute and over, right? Roads are much safer for other vehicles after the snowplow passes by. Swish! Swish! You sure don't want to be at the end of the driveway when they come by, do you? No, because you're going to get sprayed with snow, or maybe buried in snow, depending how much snow there is. All right, so we learned some cool things about trucks, and I will be right back to go on to the next part of reading.